to Squatting Quads, and today we're taking a quick look at the Axisflying Owl night vision camera. Now we're going to mount this into a drone. We've actually got the Axisflying Manta, not DC, 5 something from last year, which is analog. This is an analog camera. So we're going to mount it into that drone and then we're going to do some night vision test shots with it. But for now, hang on, if I open it with that, I'll get a share of that. Ah, there we go. So we've got a pair of scissors, so we'll use these just to cut this open. Okay, so we've done that and we'll open up this and we'll take a look at this camera. So first things first, we'll have a look at the instruction manual that you get from Axisflying. Now this is the Axisflying Owl Pro, and I was taking a look at some of the specs earlier, and it seems that the original Axisflying Owl night vision camera, you actually had a board which plugged into the side. You could then adjust all of the different like contrast and etc levels, but the Pro doesn't seem to have that, so I'm going to assume the actual footage out of it is better without having to mess around with it. But we can see here on the instructions, it's a 1/1/8 sensor. It does PAL or NTSC. I'm not sure how you would switch, to be honest, without that board. CVBS coaxial. We have got pixel sizes of 4x4, dynamic range of 100 decibels, signal to noise ratio of 43, minimum illumination 0.00001 lux, auto shutter, 1080p at 60 frames per second, focal length of 3.3mm, and the aperture is f1.0. Horizontal field of view is 101 degrees. So that's the instruction manual, and that's a quick overview of what you get. Let's have a look now at what else is in this box. So you get a couple of screws in the bottom and an Allen key just to put it into your chosen frame. You get this standard sort of 3-pin cable. You've got the signal wire, you've got the 5-volt wire, and you've got the ground wire. Again, like I say, it is an analog camera, so that's very basic. You plug it into the back here, plug it into the camera that way around, and then the actual camera itself, there is a screen protector over the front of it. It's got the Axisflying anodized body, and then you've got this quite large cover, quite a large lens cover over the front of it. And obviously you've got the owl on the back and it says Owl Pro. Like I said, there was an extra board on the older ones, and they did allow a control board to be plugged in, which is what you get with most analog cameras, and you could then adjust sort of the brightness, the contrast and all that, and the PAL and NTSC. So I'm not sure how the PAL and NTSC is going to work on this, I've got to be honest, but that's a quick overview of it. We'll take the screen protector off, we'll mount it in a drone, and we'll take it out and we'll have a look at just what the illumination looks like in the daytime and what it looks like in the nighttime. But that is a very quick overview of this. This was supplied by Banggood. There's no talking points. He just said, do you want one? So I said, yeah, fair enough, we'll give it a go. This is my first foray into night vision. It's something I've been wanting to get into for quite some time now. So we'll take it out and we'll have a look. But yeah, that's the first look at it. I'll leave a link in the description down below. It is an affiliate link. It won't cost you any extra to use it, but it does help the channel, and it does tell Banggood that we are worth sending more of the goodies to. So we're going to take this Axisflying Manta SE, that's the one, apart. This is still probably the most attractive looking carbon that I've seen any manufacturer produce. And I have been speaking to Deep Space, and I've sort of begged them to do this with their drones just to make them stand out. The Deep Space drones are really nice. They're black and they're stealthy, and they're some of the best drones I've ever flown from a bind and fly point of view. But if they can sort of add their own little take on this onto their drones, I personally think it'll help them, because everybody loves a little bit of bling, don't they? Now this should be a 2-second job to transfer this over. Just take out these, and then we will fire up the HD0 Box Pro Plus and see what sort of picture we're getting in the studio. Then we'll turn off all the lights because this place is lit up like a Christmas tree. I don't actually think at took this apart to do a QC check on it when I originally did a review. I don't think I was doing that at the time, so you guys get to see a little bit of the Axisflying Manta SE QC. Hey, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Got Boy Wonder in my ear.
Whispering.
Hello, Boywonderfpv, how are you?
Good, thank you.
And what do you think of night vision cameras?
They do look cool in the night.
They do look cool in the night. We are hoping that somebody will send us a thermal night vision camera, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we can review one of those. Right, okay, so we'll pull this out and show you exactly what I was talking about. So this is the Cadex, I think this is a Cadex Ratel actually. My favourite analog camera ever. And if you see on the back there, look, we've got two. So we've got the one for your signal and your power, and then this is for your control board. Sadly, this Owl Pro doesn't have that. Now, again, just to give you an idea of the differences in the size, that's the two of them. You want me to weigh me? So you can see the difference in the size there. Okay, let's see if this cable will fit straight in. Okay, so we double checked the wiring, and the wiring is exactly the same way around as the other one. So now it's just a case of putting it back in. Now, sadly, anybody wondering in the chat, is he a very chatty old soul? Yes, he never shuts up, do you, Boywonderfpv? He never shuts up. Should stand him in good stead later on in life if he wants to do a YouTube channel, which obviously he's got one of his own. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Do give him a subscribe. He gets very, very excited every time he gets a new subscriber. And he's the force behind the channel. He's the one that inspired me to take this a little bit more seriously because of how much he enjoyed it. Right, Boy Wonder. First things first, we need a... So we have got it plugged in, and I can confirm that we can see inside this room. This room is pitch black dark. I can actually see Boy Wonder's face very, very clearly there. And this room is really dark. But obviously what we need to do is we need to take it out and test it properly. Because okay, so we can confirm obviously now the Axisflying Owl Pro camera is working. It's in the drone, all nice and neat. So what we'll do now is we'll just put this thing back together. We'll take it out to our trusted field and give it a bit of a thrashing. This is one of the reasons why I get asked probably on a daily basis, if you're not using that drone, can I have it? Or sometimes people will even offer to buy it. But mainly they ask it for free. And the reason why I often say I really can't is for things like this. I don't have an analog quad that I've built up myself anymore. There might be one on the back wall behind me, but I'm not sure the condition that it's in. Whereas with this, obviously I know that this is in a great condition, without any problems whatsoever. So when people ask, oh, can I have this off you? Or, you know, can I potentially even buy this off you? The reason why I often say no, and it makes me feel bad sometimes, but the reason why I often say no is for this exact reason now, because obviously without this, I wouldn't then have a platform to put this in, and I would have to make a platform, and that just slows the whole production down. And obviously you guys do like to have new videos as often as possible, and I like to provide you with new videos as often as possible because it's something that I enjoy doing, and I enjoy flying the different technologies as well. You know, I'd be out there flying every single day if I didn't have to also make the videos as well. If I could just fly for the sake. Now this is a sort of $50 camera, so it's not as expensive as say an Owl 4 Pro, but it does stick out quite a fair way. The reason for that is obviously it's got all the gubbins inside it to make it illuminate in 0.000000001 lux. Whereas something like the Cadex Gazer, bear with me a second, Boy Wonder. So there is a Cadex Gazer, and that obviously has a smaller camera on it, but it does have this extra board that you then have to somehow fit into here, and I'll do another video on this shortly as well, because we have got a few night vision cameras coming. Hopefully we'll get some thermal cameras as well, and really go for it. So yeah, let's take it outside and find out just how good this camera really is. You join me in the middle of the night. We are at what's like a nature reserve with the chimney that we normally fly around, and I've got the Axisflying Owl camera on the Axisflying Manta 5 SE, and we're going to take it around in the night time. I have got a massive softbox behind me and one in front of me, and you probably can see a little bit of the background lit up, but we are literally in the middle of the night, and I'm actually going to put up some behind the scenes footage of this shoot on my shorts in the next coming days, or I may have already done it, I don't know, but let's go. Okay, so we are flying the Axisflying Manta Owl camera in the dark. We've got Boywonder on lighting, so if the lighting's not quite right, it's Boywonder's fault. It's not my fault because I completely forgot how to bring a stand for the light, because I've got a light stand. It's called Boywonderfpv. Okay, so what do we think as we're flying through here? Well, actually, it looks really clear. I've got confidence to know that I can hit a gap. I've got confidence to know where the branches and stuff on the trees are. The only thing I don't have confidence in is I've not flown analog for such a long time, but that's a me problem, not a camera problem. You can see on here as I'm flying around the detail and the stuff. It just looks basically like a black and white daytime picture, when in actual fact it is actually the middle of the night. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the rest of the footage without me talking. I won't leave all of the footage on because I'm going to finish the rest of this battery off and concentrate on my flying now. So just enjoy the music as we go flying. You join me here on another video. Hold on a second. That should be better. You join me here on another video. We are in the middle of the night on a holiday camp. Everybody's long since gone to bed. There's a few dogs about. And what we're going to do is we're going to see just how good this Axisflying Owl camera is in virtually pitch sheer darkness. There is a few street lights here and there, which I'm sure it will pick up. But let's switch over to it now and find out just how good this camera really is. The HD0 Box Pro Plus, that's what we're going to use. I'm going to switch them to analog mode and we're going to have a look at just how good this Owl camera really is. All I can say there, hang on, let me record, it is recorded, is wow. Hold on a second, let me just pick this up. I'm going to hold the microphone, the drone and everything else together. And that is like daylight. That is absolutely unbelievable. Those lights behind you can barely see on the camera. It's so dark, and yet it looks like daylight. And again, if we look up the hill over there, there is a few street lights, but actually overall it's pitch black dark here. Fair to say this is probably very flyable. However, a 5-inch in the middle of a holiday park at this time of night, probably not a good idea. Let's check out some of the daylight shots, but that has just blown me away. We've been sat here since the middle of the night waiting for the sun to rise, and the sun has finally risen. So now let's take a look at the Axisflying Owl camera in the daylight from the same angles. So I think you can all agree that on a really bright sunny day like it is today, it's probably going to be too bright to fly in the daylight, but on a dull average UK day, I can't see it being any problems whatsoever. But where this really shines is of course at night time. It was pitch black dark here, it really was. If this is something that you are in the market for, if this is something that you're looking for and you want to fly at the night time and have a decent sort of view, then please do have a look at the affiliate link in the description down below and consider using it if you're in the market for one. But I think the video probably speaks for itself. I don't need to say any more. Peace out. But just a quick reminder, if you do use the affiliate link, it won't cost you any extra. It is just a way of showing your support and help and appreciation to the channel for bringing you all these things. If you don't want to use an affiliate link, don't. But if this has helped, please do. So that then was the Axisflying Manta Owl night vision camera. It costs about $60. Now, this review is in association with Banggood.com, and they have asked me to release this video on the 3rd of September because they have a special sale on, which means you should be able to get this even cheaper. I've come out here in the middle of the night and I've flown a drone in the pitch black dark, something I never thought I'd be able to do. It's been absolutely wild. I hope you've enjoyed the footage. I did sort of try and suggest that I was just going to show you that handheld footage, but actually we came out and we flew it, and I've got to be honest, it blew me away, it really did. If you've got any questions whatsoever, please do leave them in the comments down below. But I need to go home because I need to go to bed because I've got to be honest, I'm quite tired. But the question is it Boywonderfpv approved? Because I've snuck him out of the house at midnight. The missus, his mum, doesn't know, so let's ask him, is that camera Boywonderfpv approved?
Yes.
Let's freaking go!